was a very free-for-all kind of
early
system.
days.
Yeah, very early days.
And you can sort of see that in the development layouts, like compared to the more newer venues to the original ones, where it was pretty much, okay, utilise as much space as you can, even before they put the mezzanine in, that when you knocked out the boardroom up there. And then you go to some of the new ones where you've done Hey Caddy, where the layout is like much more like as years go by, you see that innovation development.
Yeah.
But
so we were very much on that kind of the turning curve of this becoming like a passion project for Ben and Charles, to kind of picking up momentum to be able to then start to roll it out. So the system that we're in, when getting into inaugural, it was black and white to what it was doing Townsville. Obviously, they trusted us when we launched that, and like the choices we wanted to make around that.
Yeah.
But if you're coming into the system now, it's a different,
very
beast.
different ball.
Yeah.
So the gun shop had the lease or was getting everything signed up. So obviously there's not a gun shop there now. What happened? Yeah.
No. So
only when we come in.
yep, steering is 180 metre drives. Bring in the ladies.
Yeah. So yeah, what happened? Yeah.
So I mean, we really wanted that site, and because the gun shop was ahead of us on that tenancy, they were like, well, we need to move forward with the gun shop, essentially.
Because
So
they also have guns.
Yeah.
So negotiation
They were fucking
skills, I would
scared,
imagine, are a bit stronger.
But they got it. So, and then I think it was like 8 months later. So I feel this was like January where we got knocked back because someone at like the gun shop had just beat us to signing, like getting into the HOA and shit.
Yeah.
And we went and looked at, I don't know, 40 other fucking venues over the next 8 months. And we're going to one at Wollongabba. And the developer called me actually. And he goes, are you boys still interested in this site? Because it was to purchase as well. So I'm like, I was with Matty at the time, which was lucky. So I was like, Matty, are you keen on this site? He's like, fuck yeah, bro. And because they had negotiated a price. And I said, like, are we going to maintain this same,
terms and conditions,
as to what we had previously agreed? And they're like, yep. So
I'm gonna half it now because you fucking rejected me.
What was it specifically about that site that you fell in love with?
So for us, we both grew up somewhat in the area. And Smithy lived in Inogra, past your shed, Steery, on the other, Elkhorn Street, all that kind of area.
Yeah.
Orchard Street was
that the original?
That's where he grew up.
Yeah, right.
So, we both went to separate schools, but we knew each other in schools. But every single day, we were at Inogra train station together. And then after that, for 10 years, we played volleyball at that same site when it was a bowls club that had the volleyball court.
You're a volleyballer.
Yeah,
rebounders. And I mean this in the possible. You've got a rig of a build, much like myself, and you're not nudging the big boys.
No, mate, we're useless.
Yeah.
But the beauty.
Interesting facts theory. Old Benjamin here was captain of first volleyball, weren't you?
First.
Yeah.
First volleyball.
Are you
captain
private
of St.
school?
Pat's.
Just school is the tools.
St. Patrick's.
student
You're not in
school.
GPS though.
No, ARC.
we're
bro.
ARC.
No, GPS is shit
We're
anyway.
ARC, but yeah, he was captain of first volleyball.
Okay, that makes sense.
Blinky strikes me as a libero, like the setter.
Did you end up? Were you captain for the rugby?
Blink's got
No,
a low
no.
centre of gravity line there.
Who was that?
That's
You were
it.
captain of 16.
Get
Yeah,
down.
it's horrible.
Captain-
Love it.
Oh, Forry got it because he.
Yeah, knock dog.
Yeah, knocked off. Funny story.
So
we shouldn't tell the
So-
story.
Yeah.
So for us, there was something romantic about that site because we'd literally been going there every week for the last
It's
10 years.
serendipitous, isn't it?
Yeah,
Right,
and quite often, and it changed to what ended up being the development, but there would be renders on the wall for years saying, oh, we're going to do something amazing with this block of land. And
Sounds like every council.
so it was like,
Checks out.
it was almost too perfect for it not to happen. So when we got knocked back, we're like, fuck, right? So we started over the next 7 months looking at other sites. So when we got the call, and I'm like, Matty, he's like, 100%.
Yeah.
So literally within 24 hours, they had signed the contract, and the developers
That fast.
it was. So this was a week before tender closed, so the developer's like, you've got a week to work out your whole layout and where you need all your services in the slab.
And you're so this.
Because it was a fresh site.
Yeah, it wasn't built. It was greenfield site, so
it
hadn't even started construction.
Yeah, right.
So like, was it all? You said it was green. Like,
No. Yeah, so it's just a greenfield site.
So you still got to do so. Basic clearing grubbing's already done.
No, it was still the Bowls Club when we were going. So
the Bowls Club took up that whole block, did it?
Correct.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah, nice.
Yes.
Sorry, because if you're looking at other sites, obviously I'm sure how the export model works. Do you sign like a licensee or a franchise, and then like within a certain zone, or you do, but then the territory's established once you've found your site, or and the reason I ask, like with some friends of ours who own gyms and F45s and stuff, so where they'll sign the territory, but then obviously, you're stuck to looking at sites within that territory. Whereas obviously, if you're talking Wollongabba and is that a bit different, or the territory's established once you find your site?
I think it'd be different now, but for us at that point, there was not a single other one. So we were like, you're going to be in Brisbane, probably somewhere. So once
well, I guess if you were the first in Queensland, you kind of
so
you pick, right?
Yeah. So then this ended up coming up. And we literally had a week and to work out our layout, for where we want amenities, where we want our bar connection.
And that's where it becomes real.
Yeah, we're like, holy fuck.
Like, is this actually like that's where you go? I'm all in, or we move on. Like, how daunting was that?
I don't know. I didn't look at it like that because we'd been through like such a process in getting to that point. Obviously, we were both working full-time jobs in other areas and whatever. It was just kind of like, okay, now we move. And I mean, I would have liked more than a week.
Hence the question.
that would have been great, but.
Did head office have like hey, you have to have 4 sims, a pool table, which I found randomly.
Was there. We just did dead space. No. So minimum at that point was 5.
Yeah.
So that was their model, was based on 5 sims.
Yeah, and a bar.
Yeah.
And 2 toilets.
Yeah. Yeah. So
technically 3.
Yeah. Pumped to hear they got an air fryer there now.
Yes.
Do they?
Sammy needs a bit of training on how to use it.
Jacko,
sorry. Not Sammy.
You can.
Not Sammy.
Jacko. Both just as useless, but we love them both.
we love them both. Yeah, air fryer.
Hey, also just saying quickly, quick shout out to Sammy. Shot 79 off the stick at Brisbane.
That's what I was confused about in that text you sent me.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Jack.
Yeah. No, I don't talk about him.
Well, I would have thought Jacko's more likely to do that than.
Yeah, he is. He's actually.
He is
very.
He's
an amazing.
He is an amazing.
He's I think he's about mid 2-point-something handicap now. Yeah. He's an amazing.
It's
player.
insane.
Yeah. So Blink, you've been given the green light. You've got a fucking week to make your shit that you can't move happen.
Yeah.
What's going on?
It's quite weird because.
Was that the money down point, or was there money down already before this?
No, so like that it's more a formality. So like to that point, we'd signed a franchise agreement. We'd paid the money to execute that franchise agreement.
Okay.
So when this came around, because the property was being bought through Smithy's family business, so at this point it was like, okay, holy shit, we just need to work out where everything's going to be. So we don't have to do any further Cat 1 works, we don't have to move plumbing, all that kind of shit. Yeah. So we went and met with their architect, sat down with them, and in an afternoon kind of went, okay, I think this is what we're going to do. And then it was a tender. So then from that point, because the build hadn't started.
Yeah.
So then you just go back into a holding pattern.
Yeah, right.
So you're like, holy fuck, we're going to do all this stuff, and then like, make all these decisions, and then it's like
stop. Pause. Yeah, right.
Yeah. So then we watched every part of the build over the next 8 months or whatever it ended up being.
So your first official opening or first swing on the Sims happened. So this is 2016ish.
No,
2017.
No, 2019, man.
Oh,
so we're looking at 2016 when we probably started looking into it.
Yep.
A couple of years feasibility executed, and then 12 months looking for a venue. So I think from memory, and Matt might correct me if I'm wrong here, but 27th of July, I believe, 2019 we opened.
All right, so Blink.
Wow.
I know where the fuck I was in 2019. It was March 2019. We were in Sydney in a business conference.
I remember I was
when the
also
world was
still
fucking
living
shutting down because of COVID, right? And
Yeah.
we were there, and we were like, Rob, we need to get back to fucking Queensland before they shut the borders.
No, so the,
I was still
no,
there.
that was
Yeah.
it was 2020 that COVID.
No. So what happened was when I was in Sydney, because you guys were in the same
Yeah,
conference.
we
when I was
we
there.
asked for the delivery. That's
Yeah,
what I remember.
yeah. So because I was, that's
We're
why.
still gonna go to
Oh,
the
yeah.
I was fucking there.
Scary, you gotta go.
Yeah,
We'll talk about that one later.
Yeah, we can always edit the shit out. But yeah, I was there, and I'm like, you boys there. And it wasn't that they wanted to see me or catch up with me. It was like for something else. I'm going, well.
Oh, because you were living in Sydney, weren't you, back then?
Yeah, 2016 to 2020. And I was sitting there, and I got the text in, and I was like, yeah, I do. Little disappointed in you guys. I was like, that's all I'm good.
Well, so it didn't affect you in that 2019 space at all. Like, were you worried
No,
about?
it was March 2020.
March is when they shut the border. March is when they shut the
So
border.
it's building up, yeah.
So
fresh business.
Yeah.
This shit's unfolding.
This is the other. Like this is the.
I've already got anxiety.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
So you go through these motions over such a long period of time, right? And you eventually get this product to market, and we loved it. We're like, this thing's gonna fucking burn.
Yeah.
Like people are just gonna come in, everyone's gonna know about it. And I remember the first kind of 2 months sitting there Friday night, Saturday night, not a single fucking soul in there, and I'm watching the footy on the big screen, going, what the fuck have I done? So we because this style business was very new to us, and no matter how
it's new to the state too.
Correct. So
And so were you responsible for your own? Like obviously with Xbox being a franchise, did they take over the marketing side of things for you, or was it you did a little bit, they did a bit, or were you solely responsible for driving your own traffic? How did that side?
Once again, going back to that point, you're on your own.
Wow. Okay.
Like they're a phone call, but they can't help you at this point, right? Now there's marketing, funds and everything that kind of support opening, and there's plans, in the weeks leading into opening a new venue.
Gotcha.
So
because this is also fresh,
right?
Yeah.
And we're sitting there just going, "Holy fuck, what have we done?"
My wife.
What? All had that moment. Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
Right. So we started to slowly pick up traction, obviously from getting, starting to build the community, really.
Yeah, I was a big part of that.
So anyone that come in.
Pat myself on the back.
Every time we do this kind of membership, it's what's costing. We're getting more revenue without telling him.
Yeah. Correct.
I'm all about the cause, boys.
So yeah, that's it. At that point, and we're pretty personal people, and it was about building that community for this style of business. You're not a number when you walk in, and we started to build a really great fucking community down there, which was super awesome. So you fast forward to March of 2020, and
so this is peak COVID.
Mate, the wheels fall off.
That was our first shutdown for like a month.
So how many?
That was 11 weeks.
11 weeks and 2 days.
It was March. Correct me if I'm wrong. March 23rd, 2020. 11 weeks.
Wow. So there's a stamp in your fucking life.
Sorry for any Victorians listening. We know you're going to call us a bunch of pussies because you went through something beyond hell.
Go back to Germany.
Yeah, very much.
So was it you opened July? Was it? Did you say?
Yeah, end of July.
So
not even a month.
8, 9 months in. So the things.
So we're just we're just starting to get momentum now, right?
Yeah.
And so we're like, all right, cool. We're starting to we're starting to build this thing.
Yeah.
And then fuck, mate.
Just pump the brakes.
Wow. And overnight too, right? It was
insane. So going back to so when we did the fit out, stupidly, mostly ourselves.
Oh wow, you guys did most of the fit out yourself as well.
They're I'm tiling toilets at 3 a.m, delusional. Fucking laying carpet.
Wow.
All this shit, right?
And so was that a personal decision, obviously, or was it not the whole? Because everybody would have seen it now, right? You get targeted on Facebook, and it's own an X Golf from 850 grand.
Yeah.
I would assume that includes fit out and all that stuff.
Correct.
Now, but back in the day, it wasn't like that.
No. So
do they come as a flat pack design where they make the adjustments? Because when you see when you knock the mezzanine out to do the 6 sim, most of it's cut prefab, ready to go.
Yeah. So 40-foot container, and then a truckload came up